Hello, Leandria Anka here, founder of DigitalExplorers.net, where we train entrepreneurs how to become planet-conscious online business owners, successful ones with real strategies, a real program, multiple income streams, doing what you love, passion, purpose, positive impact. Today we're going to talk about your ideas. Now, most of my students come on and my program actually starts with helping you to find what you love and then translating it into an online business. See, most people out there, they don't know what to do. That's why they pick any program. If you don't know how to earn money online, be a bookkeeper. I just saw that one. Nothing wrong with bookkeeping, but is that really what you want to do? Do you want to spend money getting trained on how to be a bookkeeper just because you think you can make money online? That's pretty boring. But then there's the other kind of student out there, other kind of entrepreneur that really knows what they want. They have ideas. Now, here is my advice to you, because I just saw this with somebody who's absolutely brilliant. As you know, I'm an influencer. He contacted me on my channel and said, I have some great ideas. I don't know what to do with this. I want to get an investor. So I went and watched his video on his channel. Very disorganized. I don't know who would watch it or why. And he's posting in there to get some interest, an investor or somebody to partner with him. Well, what he did is he had a brilliant idea and he just put it out to the public. Yeah, billions of people who can access that. Now, amongst those billions of people are very organized tech people who are always looking for new ideas, who, if they see that, could watch that video and just go do that idea, create that idea that he gave and explain his whole idea. Now, I'm a former investment banker, and let me share something with you. I worked in entertainment, on reality series and movies. I also worked with hundreds of companies, from startups to growth and those that are in trouble. I've seen it all. You cannot protect an idea. You cannot. Now, I worked with the creator of Real Housewives of Atlanta, brilliant woman, and she had all kinds of ideas for other shows, and she presented them, and they got completed without her because she couldn't protect the idea. Now, if you know, I created I actually wrote a book called The Rooftop Christmas Tree. It was based on a true story that I did not come up with. Somebody else told me the story that they heard from somebody else, that they heard from somebody else, and I decided I was going to go ahead and write this story. Somebody had to tell it, because nobody else was taking the initiative. Well, I had to take it into fiction because I had to create a romance, and I didn't want to use the real names, and I had to have creative license, which I did. I published the book because I know I had to protect myself, because this is a true story out there. Anybody could have written it. I couldn't have protected that. But when I got published, I protected my story of it. Now, there could have been 100 versions of that, and they could have done the same thing. I sealed the manuscript, FedExed it to myself, and never opened the original manuscript. I then published the book, sent it to producers through my agent, and got a Hallmark movie. It was originally on Up TV. It's now on Prime. It's on multiple channels. You can actually watch it, The Rooftop Christmas Tree. So if anybody had stolen that and tried to duplicate what I did, I could have walked to the judge and said, this has never been opened, hand it to him or her, and they would have opened it and seen that that person, and it was dated, right? Because when you send it back to yourself, there's a date on there. That person who had the idea would have been after, obviously, I had written the book. Now, these are small things that are huge. And if you're putting ideas out there, or you want to, this young guy, he said he wants an investor. I said, you have no chance of getting an investor. There's a process. Well, at Digital Explorers, I'm pulling in all of my knowledge and expertise and telling you that you have to do things properly if you want the value that I want to help you create, so that someday you can get an investor, you can get a partner, you can sell the company, and it has to be done properly. You just don't go in and ask for money, here's my idea. They'll say thanks and go do it themselves with somebody who's really organized, because you can't protect that idea. Is that you? Do you have ideas and you have no idea how to get started? At Digital Explorers, not only do we take you through a process, but I show you how to organize that idea. If you want to get investors, if it's something big, you want to create something, how do we create it and protect it? You have to get in front of investors. You have to tell them what you plan on doing with it. What's the value of this thing? What else is out there? You have to do your homework. And I take you through those steps, and every one of my students has the ability to at some point get an investor, because that's the business strategy that we implement once we know what we're going to create. So we go into Creation Station, we create it, and then you go to Basecamp. You're an explorer, it's got to get ready to go up to Summit. That's when we build it all out, and you put your business strategy in place there, because now we know what we're going to create. And so what's the business strategy? I have to know everything about your business. And it's not difficult, because once you do it, you can answer all my questions. And if you don't know the answer, we go and we research it. And we use AI. Don't be afraid of AI. It's a lot of fun. My students are addicted to it. They're having a blast. So I wanted to share this with you, because if you're one of those people that has an idea, don't be telling everybody. Don't be putting it out there. And this isn't paranoia. This is a real world that you can't blame somebody for taking your good idea that you're not doing anything with and making something into it. And that includes stories, that includes any kind of products. Because trust me, there's somebody else out there doing something similar. I mean, the light bulb, the phone, there were multiple people doing inventions at the same time. Why? The quantum field holds all information, and it's shared. It's not a coincidence that people come up with the same inventions at the same time and never speaking to one another. Who gets to the final line first? Let's make it you. So if you have ideas and you think it's too big for you, it's not. You just need the instruction and the guidance to do it properly, to execute that, and you're going to find it's not that difficult, but you have to know how to do it. This is when mentors come in. This is when trainers and programs come in. Well, I incorporated that into your training on digitalexplorers.net. So you will actually, in Basecamp, learn how to put a presentation together so you could go into a bank and say, this is what I'm doing. How are you going to earn the money? How are you going to produce those revenues? What are your profit margins? And what's the timing on that? You can't just pull these stuff out of thin air and say, I have a great idea. Get in line. So if you want to explore ideas, or you have an idea like I just shared with you and you don't know what to do with it, come on over. And it could be, I don't care if it's 100 ideas. In fact, I would love that. We don't limit you on Digital Explorers. You're not just a coach or just a bookkeeper. You are something beautiful and unique. And we create that. We create the business and multiple income streams around it. It's structured, and you get step-by-step guidance on how to put that together. How do I put this together and get it out there and launch? How do I create that value? You will never have to leave the platform unless you want to be an expert in any one area. We even have digital Sherpas that do the tech part. Digital Sherpas that will help you create whatever you need that you don't want to do. I don't want you studying technology. I don't want you studying how to build a website, but if you want to, you can. If you don't, we have digital Sherpas to help you, so you're not focused on the things you don't love, you're focused on the things you do love. What a concept. So my goal is to change the paradigm of online businesses, how they're created, how they operate, and what they offer to the world. Planet Conscious Businesses. Yeah, we're doing it. So if you're interested, come on over, check out the webinars. If you're not on my email list, sign up. I have 2 free webinars that go over all of this, why it doesn't work, what you might be doing wrong if you haven't had success online, and how we are taking you through a process that may challenge you, because you may have to go into a space of creativity that you have never been allowed to go into from a business standpoint, from earning standpoint. We don't put those two together. So I hope to see you in that new world, that new, beautiful online world where we take responsibility for what we create, what we offer others, and our own well-being and happiness, passion, purpose, positive impact, and profits. Let's do it. I'll see you in the next video.